Hello everyone, welcome once again. Today I want to talk to you about a very special moment involving Demet Özdemir, one of the most beloved actresses by the public. Amid media silence, Demet broke the ice in an unexpected way. With calm and restrained emotion, she spoke in front of her followers and, without prepared speeches, revealed the truth she had been holding on to for years. With calm and restrained emotion, she spoke in front of her followers and, without prepared speeches, revealed the truth she had been holding on to for years. She didn't use many words, but her eyes said everything. "Between him and me," she began. That pause changed everything. She didn't give dates or details, but the emotional weight of her words filled the room. It wasn't just any confession, it was an act of sincerity. She said what they experienced couldn't be explained in words, but it was real, deep, and mutual. Her voice didn't tremble, but the pain was noticeable, pain she had overcome with dignity. There was no blame, only respect. Because even love that no longer exists deserves to be remembered with gratitude. And that's what she did. She honored that part of her life without seeking pity or idealizing anything. The fans listened in silence, some with tears in their eyes, others touching their chests, moved. It was an intimate, authentic moment that many felt as their own, because when someone speaks from the soul, it touches ours too. In the end, with a sincere smile, she said, "There are loves that don't need to last to be true, and nothing more needed to be said." Talking about Demet Özdemir is talking about a woman who evokes opposite emotions. For some, she is an actress with a radiant soul. For others, a figure shrouded in contradictions. What can't be denied is that no one is indifferent to her. And that, in the entertainment world, is no small thing. For years, her image has been synonymous with female strength, charisma, and success. But also, as many have pointed out, with calculated strategies, uncomfortable silences, and gestures difficult to understand. The first thing we must acknowledge about Demet is her ability to move people. It's undeniable that she has a magnetic screen presence, an expression that connects with people, and a talent that has opened doors not only in Turkey but also internationally. Many people, as at Helena Brijova 3588 expressed, see her as a woman with a noble, humble, and luminous heart. And perhaps that's one of the reasons why so many people continue to believe in her, even in times of doubt. But if something has become clear over time, it's that Demet has also learned to play with silence. In the entire story with Can Yaman, her former co-star and, according to many rumors, former partner in life, she chose a cold, almost distant stance. When Can was harshly criticized in his country, when he was cancelled and became the target of widespread attacks, she said nothing. Not a word to defend him, no message to calm an audience demanding answers. And that silence for many was louder than any statement. Was it indifference, a strategy, or simply a form of self-protection? Everyone will have their own version. But what is certain is that, as mentioned in the comments, that silence left a mark. Some even speak of a Demet who shows two faces, the sweet and charismatic one in front of the cameras, and another, more calculating and egocentric behind the scenes. I'm not here to judge, but I do believe that actions, or the lack thereof, end up saying more than any interview. Moreover, there have been behaviors that generated even more doubts. And one inevitably wonders, why repeat that discourse? What does Demet gain from it? Some think it's just publicity, a way to stay in the spotlight. Maybe. It also must be said that beyond the rumors, Demet has every right to rebuild her life like anyone else. Her current relationship with Çağatay Ulusoy has been interpreted in countless ways. For some, it's true love, for others, a strategy. But what is clear is that the way she handled the past has left scars on part of her audience. Because the audience is not foolish. They remember, observe, compare. And when someone who used to represent sensitivity and closeness becomes evasive or contradictory, skepticism naturally arises. Even so, we cannot deny that Demet has real talent. And perhaps that's the most frustrating part, seeing a brilliant actress entangled in doubts created by her own way of handling human relationships. Because professional success cannot always be separated from the emotional impact a public figure has on her followers. People don't just follow a star for her scenes on TV, but also for what she represents off-screen. And there, perhaps Demet has left gaps she used to fill with ease. I'm not writing this to discredit her, but as an honest reflection. Maybe she's still in time to show her most authentic version, the one many still remember fondly. Because fame, as we know, doesn't last forever, but respect that can remain. And sometimes it only takes an honest gesture, a word at the right time, or even an unspoken but understood apology. Demet Özdemir remains a strong figure, admired by millions. But she is also a woman who has lost some connection with the part of the public that once felt close to her. But she is also a woman who has lost some connection with the part of the public that once felt close to her. Perhaps the challenge now is not to land more contracts or magazine covers, but to regain trust. Not from the whole world, but from those who still believe that behind the actress, there's a person capable of looking into someone's eyes with truth. Beyond the criticism, it's also possible to see Demet as a woman who has remained faithful to herself and her principles without being swayed by the pressures of the entertainment world. Despite the constant attention she receives, Demet doesn't seem like the type of person who lets others' opinions influence her. In fan comments, some highlight Demet's authenticity, pointing out that while some might interpret her as naive or superficial, the truth is her ability to stand firm in her convictions is admirable. For many people, Demet represents a woman who fights for what she believes in, who doesn't allow herself to be manipulated by others' opinions, and who remains loyal to her own truth, even when that means making tough decisions.